A humiliating defeat and painful collapse, Guardiola faces the toughest challenge of his career. Paris Saint-Germain's ultras warned Pep Guardiola and Manchester City about the storm that awaited them in Paris, but even they could not have predicted the magnitude of the nightmare that unfolded. A massive flag reading, "Beaten by the waves, Paris never sunk," was displayed in a pre-match show of pyrotechnics and hostility, setting the tone for a dramatic evening. City, having taken a 2-0 lead with goals from Jack Grealish and Erling Haaland, seemed on course for victory. However, PSG launched a thrilling comeback that turned the game on its head, with Ousmane Dembele, Bradley Barcola, Joao Neves, and Gonçalo Ramos sealing a 4-2 win that left the Premier League champions looking vulnerable. The result exposed glaring flaws in City's defense and their inability to cope with PSG's relentless attack, leaving Guardiola with a huge challenge ahead. Once a dominant force, Guardiola's City now faces a steep decline, needing a win against Club Brugge on January 29 to secure a spot in the Champions League knockout stages. Despite their early two-goal cushion, City's performance failed to reflect the dominance of their past selves, as they struggled to manage the game and defend against PSG's high-pressing style. This defeat marks a new low, as it was the first time City had lost after leading by 2 goals since a 3-2 defeat to Brighton in 2021. Guardiola was forced to admit his side's shortcomings, acknowledging PSG's superior collective play and his team's inability to cope with fast transitions. Key players like Kevin De Bruyne and Mateo Kovacic showed their age, while others such as Matheus Nunes were out of position, adding to the confusion in City's defensive strategy. The loss also highlighted City's lack of depth in central midfield and defensive areas, problems exacerbated by the impending departure of veteran Kyle Walker. This latest setback follows a troubling trend for City. They have failed to win after taking the lead in 9 games this season, the most in the Premier League. Additionally, they've suffered 3 consecutive Champions League losses away from home, further compounding their woes. Guardiola's project at City has begun a new phase, with new signings in defense and attack, but it's clear that further reinforcements are needed, particularly in defense and midfield. Despite the defeat, Guardiola praised PSG for their performance, admitting they were the better team on the night. He accepted the defeat with grace, focusing on the upcoming challenges. City's match against Chelsea and the crucial clash with Brugge now loom large. With the pressure mounting, Guardiola faces the daunting task of rebuilding his side amid a Champions League crisis. What seemed unthinkable at the start of the season, elimination before the last 16, is now a very real possibility.